Okay, finished? Good. Now the second design factor we will discuss, that is freeboard. So a freeboard of about 0.3 meter may be provided above the top sewage line in the tank. So that you might have understood in the figure itself, that much freeboard is required over here. Okay, then the next one is the inlet and outlet baffles. The baffles or the teeth should extend up to the top level of scum above 22 centimeter from above the sewage line, but must stop a little below the bottom of covering slab. So once again, I will go back to this figure and will just take review. It will be allowed to extend up to some certain height, the top, because but it should not touch to the slab of this covered slab. Okay, so that way the T structure, inlet T structure as well as outlet T structures needs to be constructed. So the baffles or the T's should extend it up to the top level of scum, about 22 centimeter above the sewage line. Sewage line above that 22 centimeter, it needs to be constructed, but must stop a little below the bottom of covering slab. So this is also you are requested to note down, please. If you have finished, we'll go to the next point. Done? Ankit? Ankit Naiknavre.
Yes, madam.
Okay. So we'll go to the next. Next design parameter is the detention period. In the detention period of septic tank, generally it varies between 12 to 36 hours. We have discussed in the theory part itself, but commonly it is can be taken as a 24 hours. And what is the length to width ratio? Usually it is a rectangular tank. Okay, so length about 2 to 3 times the width. So 1:2, 1:3, we can go for. Okay, then the width should not be less than 90 centimeter. So whatever the length to width ratio we are considering, in that case, first you should decide that I'm drawing the plan. So this should not be, this is the width, it should not be less than 90 centimeter. Okay, depth generally ranges between 1.2 to 1.8 centimeter. It is generally ranges between 1.2 to 1.8 centimeter depth. Okay, and 90 centimeter width we can keep. And in respect of length, 1:2 to 1:3, we can go for the length with respect to width. So these standards you can follow for designing the septic tanks. Okay, so note down this one also. And here about the septic tank steps for the design of this is over. And then we can see the last one part, some alternatives, and then we'll start the chapter number 4. So please quickly finish this slide, please. Done. I hope it is finished. You guys taking time much. I will assume this finished and will forward. Okay, alternative treatment methods. What can be possible alternative treatment methods? I will keep on discussing quickly. You can draw these alternative methods. Treatment alternatives for gray water. There are three types of water we have discussed: gray water, black water, and yellow water. Yellow water generating from the urinal systems. Black water, which shows very highly septic in nature because it is a old water, and gray water usually generating from all the remaining units from the sewage from the individual residents. But black water is generally from the water sink basin, you can say, sink you can say, kitchen area. Okay, so gray water, for gray water, what are the alternatives? Screening equalization tank you can go for, and then gravel filter sand you can provide, sand filter you can provide, and the last one, you can allow to pass the water through the broken bricks or the charcoal material, and simply last one you can go for the chlorination. So this is what we are talking about, the wastewater treatments at low cost level. So whatever we have studied earlier, in respect to that, if you want to provide the treatment, apart from that, you can provide these kinds of alternatives. Second alternative is screening equalization tank. Screening is usually the first and foremost and important and compulsory type of unit operation in any type of wastewater treatment plant. Then the upflow, downflow, a filter you can provide. Then same as a pass the water through the broken bricks or the charcoal material, and then last one is the chlorination. So third alternative is again screening and coarse filter can be performed at the one stage, and then construct the wetland. What is the concept of wetland? Wetland is a म्हणजे आपण दलदलीचे प्रदेश आपण असं ऐकलेलं आहे. So that is what called the wetland. Okay. Okay, screening, coarse filter, and constructed wetland. Then the broken brick, charcoal, and chlorination will be the same step ahead. Then the treatment alternatives for gray water: screening, equalization tank, anaerobic filter. For gray water, we can, fourth one treatment we can provide: screening, equalization tank, anaerobic filter, and same process. Okay. So here, what is the wetland? We were talking about the constructed wetland. Daldaliche Pradesh means where we can convert artificial wetland can be constructed. So in that bottom layer, you can provide with rocks. Then above that, there will be a brick rocks. Then above that, there will be some coarse material. Then above that, there will be a soil, and in that soil you can put some the plants which have the high capacity to absorb the COD, BOD, etc. Simply I can say the plants, the कर्दळीच्या जातीचे जे plants असतात ते कर्दळी बघितलेले असेल तुम्ही. So that kind of plants absorb high amount of impurities from the sewage, and then simply a sewage will be allowed to pass into that particular area what we have constructed. So at the surface we can simply allow to put that water and just allow to spread it over the entire area, and then slowly it will be keep on percolating up to the ground and passing through the different layers. So automatically it will be removing solid particles, organic impurities, then BOD, COD, everything is getting reduced with this natural method, that is the constructed wetland. So somewhere that part is included into the syllabus. We will discuss that in detail there also. Then the broken brick and charcoal chlorination is the common step. Then the fourth step is screening equalization tank, anaerobic filter, broken brick charcoal chlorination. Anaerobic filter in the sense anaerobic treatment process, what we have discussed at the start of this chapter. Then a screening equalization tank, anaerobic filter, wetland chlorination. So instead of a simple passing water through the after anaerobic treatment, instead of passing the water through the bricks and charcoal layer, we can allow to pass through the wetland. So it will improve the efficiency of treatment of that particular wastewater or the gray water. And now, if it is gray water and black water is together, what kind of alternatives we can provide? Screening equalization tank, then anaerobic filter, and then constructed wetland chlorination. So this is one type of screening equalization tank, baffled septic tank. So maybe water is allowed to pass through this also as well as through this. And this together water will be passed through the anaerobic filter, and then constructed wetland and chlorination is important step. Then here you can see the second step, second one alternative, that is screening equalization tank, baffled septic tank, and it will be allowed to first pass through the constructed wetland and then through simple layer of the bricks and charcoal, and final step will be the chlorination. And one more alternative is available where you can go for screening equalization tank, baffled septic tank, and then vermi filter. Vermi filter in the sense worms can be allowed to live in that particular tank, and they will be keep on decomposing. Instead of anaerobic decomposition, vermiculture decomposition. Vermicomposting you might have heard. So that kind of worms you can add into that particular tank, and there you can perform the vermi filter, and then simple broken brick and charcoal, and final step is a chlorination. So as per requirement, as per the climatic condition, as per the funds available, you can change the treatment process and get done your process of decomposition of organic waste or the wastewater generating from the individuals. So these are the different alternatives you can provide to treat that water. If you want to draw it quickly, I will provide a time. If not, if you don't want to go for that, I will go to the chapter number 4. Quickly answer, please. Understood my question? If you want to draw it, I will give you a time to draw. If you don't want to draw it, I will move forward.
No, ma'am, we draw this figure and then we will move forward.
You want to draw it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So treatment alternatives, give title and start. 2 minutes for each slide I will provide, please.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So with this note, I declare the syllabus of the chapter number 3 or the entire section number 1 is over. If you have any question, you can ask me. If you ask question, I will stay back. Otherwise, we'll go back to the next chapter. Yes, Ashutosh Pawar, any question? Ashutosh? No question, okay. Ashutosh is not having any question. Anybody else? Snehal? Rajnandini? Uday? Uday is here today? I have not seen his any of the response. Okay, I think no question. So we'll stop sharing this. We'll also stop recording so I can